And I would show up sometimes by myself
Yes, sir.
to different hoods. Look, it's over 1,500 different sets in LA. I've visited at least 800 of them.
Yes, sir.
800 different sets, sitting down with them in the park, in the confines of what they're comfortable with, never bringing them to the mosque. One day, a brother said, "Man, you a phony." I said, "Well, why would you say that? You don't never ask us to come to the mosque." I said, "Brother, I'm at the mosque. Right now, I'm a walking mosque. I don't need to take you to a building to take you to a mosque." And then I would do what the minister tell me to do. He said, "Brother, when you tell a man what he can't have, he wanted more."
Right.
He said, "Because this is the generation, brother, the Joshua generation, and you have to use some reverse psychology." I said, "Look, let me tell you something, brother. You might be a good crip or good blood, but you ain't ready for no FOI now. You got to really be a soldier to accept this." I said, "So no, brother, you ain't ready for the mosque." I said, "But here, the mosque, every Sunday, here's where I teach. And brother, as God is my witness, brothers will tell you in LA, you see 20, 30 of them brothers show up just to prove to me that they wasn't scared to come." So I just use reverse psychology, and then I let them know when I'm in your hood, I'm at the mosque. See? And so, because it wasn't about coming to the mosque, because in LA, some of them brothers risk their lives coming to the mosque because they got to drive through some of their enemies' neighborhood just to
Right,
get to the
right, right,
mosque.
right, 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 right.
So the minister told me, "No, you got to be the farmer, brother. You got to go to them and spread the seeds, because it's hard for gang members to come to mosque in different cities because your mosque may be sitting in their arch enemy's hood."
Right, exactly, exactly.
So the last thing there, brother, the caveat to me that did it all is when I almost lost my life to the police officers. It was in the Final Call newspaper years ago when I went to a gang shooting where a brother was murdered. It was right after we had protested the LAPD, who killed a 14-year-old boy for joyriding, shot him over 70 times.
Wow.
Well, I protested the police with the community, and for the first time in LAPD's history, they was found guilty of excessive force. 2 days later, the Rolling 60s neighborhood, the neighborhood that Nipsey grew up in, one of the homies got killed. Nipsey Hussle was 11 years old. Now, I didn't know no Nipsey Hussle.
Right, 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 right.
He's 11 years old. He wasn't the great rapper at that time, but it was in his hood. So I come over there with the brothers 2 days. Now I'm on the front page of all the newspapers. I come to do a prayer for the young brother that was murdered by another gang. And the police showed up and almost hit some of those at the vigil. And I stepped out of the crowd to question the police. And the police was not there to cooperate with me. And I asked the police officer, "Did somebody do something wrong? Because you almost hit some people." And he pulled out his gun and said, "Get back." So I stepped back and said, "Is this far enough?" I said, "Officer, you almost hit some people. Could you tell me what went wrong?" And then he repeated, "Am I still on?"
Yes, sir. You still here? I'm
Okay.
listening, brother. We listening intently.
And then he said, "Oh, so you're going to be a smart aide. I'm going to tell you one more time to get back." Now, I'm on the police chief clergy council. They taught us how to handle a police officer if we thought that they was rude. So I said, "Sir, I need to see your watch commander." I'm minister. At that time, I was Minister Tony Muhammad. And I said, "I want your watch commander." He said, "I don't care who you are. I'm going to tell you one more time to step back." So I had Chief Bratton's number. So I turned away. Now the FOI and the brothers is starting to move closer to the police to deal with them.
Right.
And so I turned around and to call Chief Bratton, And his second in command picked up the phone. And I said, look, man, I'm at a prayer vigil. Your officers is pointing their guns. And I just asked them a question. They won't tell me why they're here. He said, Minister, turn around and get their badge number and name. When I turned to get their badge number and name, they pepper sprayed me and the brothers. And we got into a physical fight. The brothers took me off the scene, hid me in somebody's house while they're out there fighting the police. We took their weapons and beat the hell out of them.
All praise is due
Now
to
the
Allah. Yes,
gang
sir.
members is watching all of this go down. But I'm in the house and the brothers won't let me out to fight because, you know, in the nation, you're supposed to protect the minister.
Right, right, right.
But I want to fight, Brother Donald. I'm
Understood,
thinking the
brother.
brothers
Understood.
may be getting hurt. Hell, I want to fight.
Exactly.
So I pretended that I had to go to the bathroom. I said, brother, I need to use the bathroom. And I went out the back door. And when I came out, it was so many police officers. And one of the officers knew me. He said, man, this is Minister Muhammad. And I said, Officer Scoggins, can we talk? He said, of course. And he was coming toward me with about 50 riot cops. When he got 10 feet away, they broke rank. He tried to stop them, but they didn't stop. They handcuffed me. I told the brothers, put our hands up, surrender, don't do nothing.
Right.
They grabbed my hands and handcuffed me, took me down to the ground, and the top of my mouth hit the curb, and they started kicking me and beating me. And the gang members started throwing rocks. And they threw me in the back of the police car, and the black police officer with tears in his eyes said, man, this should have never happened. Now, that incident, brother, an hour after I was arrested, the police chief shows up. A lot of clergy showed up. I'm beat up in my face. But there's thousands of people gathering outside of the police station, gang members, mothers who have buried their children. I don't
Right,
know what's
right.
happening outside. Chief Bratton comes and said, man, it's thousands of people outside and they're chanting, if we don't let you out of here, they're going to tear up the city. But we want to take you to the hospital. I said, no, you don't. Take me outside. I said, because I need to tell the people, they need to see me and see that I'm okay.
Right.
And I need to tell them not to tear up the city because I know you all are waiting to kill them and I don't want their blood on my hand. And when they took me out the door, brother, it was so many people when they started cheering, it messed me up. It was all on the radio. Minister Muhammad got shot and beat up by LAPD. Gang members came. That's what won me with the gang members. See, that I almost lost my life defending gang members.
Right.
So it went through the black gangs, it went through the Mexican gangs. At my house, it was hundreds of people. So everywhere I went, now I'm being invited to all the hoods, and the brothers gave me a pass, and I became an honorary everything.
Praise
So
be to Allah.
but that was consistency. That was years. The brothers
Understood.
needed to
Understood.
know, do you really love us?
Right,
And
right, right, right.
those incidents is what endeared me in the hearts of many, as well as entertainers, the
Right.
rappers now. All the rappers are calling me to settle their differences. Because they was at each other back in the day through the hip hop music. So
Right,
I
right,
was
right.
blessed and very instrumental in bringing the East Coast and West Coast rappers. We was helping the rappers with the gang members who was extorting them. So the athletes, the Shaquille O'Neals, the Steve Harvey, they're calling me because they're being extorted. And so God bless me, Brother Donald, to just,
Praise be to Allah.
and the one thing that the brothers liked about me, I never tried to act like some highfalutin minister.
Right, right, right.
I tried to just be their brother.
Yes, sir.
I would sit in the park and play backgammon with them. But I had a purpose. So I'm
Right.
playing backgammon, they cussing and whatnot. And then I would say, hey man, y'all know what's about to go down. What's about to go down, Brother Muhammad? And everybody would get quiet. And I would say, you see these cell towers? They can hear everything y'all saying. Do you see the prison? I'm showing them how the prison industry complex was set up and why. See? So since they wouldn't come to the mosque, when The mountain won't come to Muhammad. Muhammad go to the mountain.
That's right. That's right.
And they would thank me, man. We so appreciate, you telling us this. And I do that in almost every hood I went to. And God bless me, dear brother. And because the homies could feel me.